guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 books that did not need romance. So, a couple of things first. First of all, there's probably going to be minor spoilers for some of these books. I mean, the fact that I'm talking about a relationship is kind of a spoiler in all of them. I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum spoilers, but if you see me hold up a book that you don't want to know anything about, just skip along until I'm holding up another one, and then you'll be fine. And also, another point, if I'm talking about a book that you love the shipping, allow it. These are my opinions. You know, I'm not telling you that you're the devil for liking a relationship in these books. And some of them are quite controversial. So let's just get into it, in no particular order. First of all, probably the book that made me want to do this video, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a YA mystery. It's about this girl who's at school and she's doing a project on a murder, figuring out what happened, why it happened, who did it, who's involved. It's really good at keeping the answer stum. You all the way through it, you're like, is it that person? Oh, is it that person? Oh, is it that person? Until the point that the author wants you to know it. But the reason I give this 4.5 and not 5 stars is because of the forced relationship. Yes. The main character is hanging out with this boy who's related to the guy that people said was the murderer, but maybe or maybe isn't. And the whole way through this book is amazing. I really loved the friendship between them, both of them trying to figure this stuff out. And then right at the end, for no reason, the author was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's right, boys and girls are not allowed to be friends in books, are they? Relationship. Why? There's literally no point of those two getting together in this book. It was annoying. It made me not give it 5 stars because I was like, you know what? No, because that was so unnecessary. Why did you do it? Stop it. There is a second book. I've not read it yet. I really want to read it soon, and we shall see. I really hope that their relationship isn't a big aspect of the book because I don't care. That's not what this is about. Next up, probably one of the most controversial on this list. And also, you're probably going to say, carry on, but how? How could that possibly not have romance in it? It's literally what most of the book is about. And I'll tell you how. Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I know, you're all thinking it. All of Cassandra Clare's books are the same. It's about a relationship wrapped up in a pretense of fantasy. I know, but here's the thing. Imagine how mind-blowing, amazingly good this would have been if she acknowledged that family relationships and sexual tensiony relationships and platonic relationships. Imagine if she acknowledged that that exists. That would have been amazing. The reason this is my favourite Cassandra Clare book is because of the Blackthorn family. There's loads of siblings and there's this amazing family, and Julian is like a dad figure, and I loved all that. And then I was like, why do we need the angst again for the 74th time in this woman's history of writing a book? We don't. And I know it's kind of a big deal in here. It's like, oh, prioritize, oh, they're not meant to, it's against the law, or whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? Shut up. I care about this family. I want to see the relationship between all of the siblings. Why can't the whole relationship of this be Emma and a found family and finding somebody to hold on to without it being, oh, angsty, oh, we're in a relationship, but we're not in a relationship, but we're not allowed to, but we both love each other. Like, Cassandra, you've done this same relationship about 20 times, love. Just let it go. And I know a lot of people read Cassandra Clare for the angsty relationships. Will they, won't they? Are they allowed? Are they not allowed? Oh, it's illegal. Oh, it's incest, but not really, because it's not, but it is. Oh, she said she'd marry somebody else, but she won't marry anybody else. I'm sorry. I've just ruined the whole Shadowhunters of everything. But the family relationship in this is so good. I love them so much. And then all of the angsty fucking miscommunication, I was just, no. Just give me the Blackthorns. Living life, being a fam, give me all the feels, and then shut up. That's all I want. Next up I have the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. This one isn't too bad, but towards the end of the books, this is the third one, the two main characters, because they're a boy and a girl, which doesn't normally happen in Patrick Ness, but you know, why did you go there, Patrick? Because they're a boy and a girl, they have to get some sort of relationship on. Why? It's middle grade. It's about this cool, fantastical sci-fi world where you can hear people's thoughts and girls don't exist, but then they really do. But what's going on? And It was so unnecessary. Patrick, you're better than that. And also, because Patrick Ness always does the gay relationships, Todd had so much more chemistry with one of the boys that he knew. This sort of hate to friends sort of thing. I'm not going to tell you who or why. But I felt so much more chemistry with him and this guy. Maybe it's just Patrick Ness. He can't help but give all the gays the chemistry. But then, you know, they had to get together and it was so unnecessary. It's not as bad as some of the other ones. There's only a little. But also a little bit of unnecessary. Next up we have The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. All this whole series, The Kane Chronicles. The reason I don't like this series, well, there are several. You know, I love Rick Riordan, I love all of his other series, but this just didn't work for me. The first book I gave 2 stars, the other 2 I gave 3 stars. Meh, meh, meh. But one of the reasons I didn't like this is because there was so much relationshipy, shitty nonsense in here. All of all Rick Riordan's books are so good at building up friendships, and then towards the end maybe they get together, maybe they don't, you know. But in here, like, both of the main characters are sort of early to mid-teens. Both of them, I swear both of them have 2 love interests as well, and it's just so unnecessary. I don't need that, especially not straight away. The girl's like 12 and she's just constantly going on about the boy that she fancies. I'm like, yeah, in another sort of book, if I was reading Jacqueline Wilson, or if I was reading, I don't know, one of those little sort of tweeny, what the fuck's it called, Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, maybe. But I'm reading a Rick Riordan book. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the fancy, I'm here for the friendship, I'm here for the good vibes, I'm here for the cool gods. I'm not here for no fucking lovey-dovey bollocks, so don't. Next up, another one that's probably going to be a little bit controversial, and that is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Now, hear me out. A little bit of spoilers for 2 relationships in here, but you know, I've also already told you everything about loads of other books. Shh, don't tell anyone. Wylan and Jesper, I'm fine with. That was slow burn. That was cool. But I'm sorry, but I'm one of these people that do not see any relationship between Inej and Kaz. Why did it happen? It was so unnecessary. Oh, I say 3 relationships. There's another relationship between 2 other characters, but I'm not going to say it because that's not what we're here for. But I liked them 2 as well. But Inej and Kaz, why? I don't get it. It was pointless. It just felt like it was just in there for no reason. Oh, let's just pair up all the characters. Everybody else is in a relationship. Like, let's just pair them up for no reason. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. The other relationships, I was fine with. So it's not just that I'm a bastard and hate relationships. I just don't want that. It just didn't feel real. It felt forced. There was no point. I didn't like it. Next up, another one that really disappointed me, kind of similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in the vibes, and that is Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. And this annoyed me so much because the friendship in here was so amazing and I loved it, and I was like, oh my god, finally a friendship between a boy and a girl, and they're bantering and they're having fun, but it's not relationshipy and it's not sexual and it's not romancy. And then she had to ruin it right at the end and make it relationshipy and sexual and romancy. It was so good. I loved it so much. This book is about, I feel like I've not told you what any of the book's about apart from the first one. I kind of fell off that, but you probably know what they're about, so it's fine. But this book is about 3 siblings who were all given into foster care and adoption, and then they find each other. And at the end, all 3 of them are in a relationship, and I'm like, this is not what this book is about. It's about family relationships. It's about finding your kin. Why do all 3 of them have to be in a relationship for no reason at the end? Especially because some of the relationships, they like fall out of love or split up with people, but then like right at the end, and I'm talking the last few pages, the person that they split up with just randomly there again, just so they can be in this nice little box of in a relationship, because apparently that's how you're happy. And those 2 characters are not even the ones I'm talking about. The ones I'm talking about is one of the girls who is kind of the main character but also not, because all 3 of them have a point of view, but you start with her so she feels like a main character. She has this amazing, incredible, perfect, brilliant, bantery, multi-layered friendship with a boy, and I was here for it so much. And this book was probably Again, I'd probably have given this 5 stars if that stayed like that, because I was like, yes, thank you, acknowledge that friendship exists, thanks. No, it doesn't. Right at the end they're like, I'm even boy and girl, so I should probably get together. Yeah. No. Please, can we make a petition that all authors learn the dictionary definition of friendship? Because apparently they don't understand it. We're over halfway through, I'm getting a little bit aggressive, so here's a message from one of our sponsors. Cool you down, calm me down, and we'll be back with another 4 after this. This is my channel, this is you guys watching. Quick, subscribe. Ah, Blibs is subscribed. Good boy. So, next one I don't actually have a copy of because I read it from the library, but that is Warcross by Marie Lu. So, here's the thing about Warcross. I really enjoyed the elements of the gaming, the whole arena, being in the avatar, gaming people, doing all fights. I loved all that, but the relationship was so pointless and so just, it was created to move the plot along instead of for reasons that were necessary. So here's the thing, I can't say exactly what he said, but literally the main character and this man, I'm not going to say who it is because spoilers, even though I've spoiled every other book, but allow it. The main character and this man, they have no chemistry, they're not even friends, they're acquaintances, they're doing the same thing so they have to talk about it, they're like working together. There's no chemistry. And then all of a sudden, the guy literally says something along the lines of, oh, well, I saw you wearing that dress, so you know. And now they're in love. Is that how it works? They have no chemistry, no connection, you clearly don't even like the girl, and then all of a sudden she wears a dress, and now you're in love. I don't think that's how it works. But it was so obvious that the whole reason they did this is so he could open his life story out to her, throw up loads of the backstory so you know it, because you needed that, but the only way to do that was for him to just tell you, and then just make it not even suspenseful. Like instantly, as soon as he told his life story, I was like, well, that's the person who's doing all of the stuff that we're after, obviously. And there just could have been such a more interesting way for us to learn about that thing that happened in his past. Maybe she could have overheard it, she could have read about it, she could have seen something in his, she could have hacked him because she's a hacker and found some sort of thing that told you about his story. She could have overheard him say it. He could have just told her, opening up as a friend. But no, they had to force a relationship just so we could move the plot along. Force a relationship so he can tell her about his backstory and then give us reason as to why someone's hacking it. It just so was not necessary, and I didn't like it. Can you tell? Next up is definitely, again, one of the more controversial ones. Here's the thing. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Are you team Peter? Are you team Gale? Are you team shut the fuck up? Why is there a relationship happening? The world is going to shit. There's dystopian. There's people that are literally killing poor people every single year for their own amusement. Why the fuck do we care about this relationship? We don't. I don't. A lot of people do. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that I didn't love the whole fake relationship thing. I feel like everyone's read Hunger Games. If you haven't, like all the other sections, move along. But the fake relationship between Katniss and Peter, I was fine with that. I thought that was amazing. But how flipping unique would it have been if the fake relationship, right, get this, stayed fake? Imagine if that happened. That would be mind-blowing. That would be something unique and new, because that never happens. Fake relationships always turn into real relationships, but that would have been amazing if it just stayed fake. Here's the thing. At the end of it, why did she need to be with any of them? She didn't. I did not see Katniss with any of them. She didn't like Peter that way. She didn't like Gale that way. So why at the end did we need to have that little stupid bit at the end like, and now we're together with kids? No. No, she's not. Shut up. Why? I hated that bit. That was so unnecessary. Katniss is not in love with either of them, so don't force her into a relationship with Peter, because it was pointless, and I don't like it, and I don't care if you're Team Peter, Team Gale. Here's the thing, right? I liked Gale more than Peter. Oh, I know, I'm such a bastard. Here's the other thing, right? and this one you're gonna hate me for. I like Mal more than the Darkling. Oh shit, you're all fucking losing your minds. I'm not about these flipping forced relationship. Give me the friendship. Give me the friendship between Gale and Katniss, and then no relationship. Give me the friendship between fucking Elena, who I don't even like, and Mal, because I don't like the Darkling. We'll leave it there. You're already all fucking pissing yourselves because I said that about Mal and the Darkling. I'm sorry. I don't like the Darkling. I don't see it. That's not what we're talking about, so we'll move on. Next up, we have I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Law. I've not read all of this series. I think I've read the first 3 books, potentially 4, but I think it's 3. And this book has way too much romance in it for me. I read it and I was like... But then my sister said, Kaz, don't worry, the first one has a lot of relationship in, but then the rest of them, that's not the main point. So why was it the main point here? It was pointless. It's fucking aliens and other aliens trying to kill the aliens. That is enough for me. We don't need a stupid high school romance for no reason. Thanks. But I'm glad that with this series at least it started that way, and now it seems to be going like, oh yeah, the aliens and the other aliens trying to kill the aliens is a bit more interested in it. So let's move away from that pointless high school drama romance. So at least we moved away from it. But it did kind of make me think about this series, because I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for sci-fi and action and not high school romance drama. But luckily it moved away from that. But still, it deserves to be in here because it was just unnecessary. Give me the aliens. Give me that cool dog that's an alien as well. That's what I want to see. Don't want to see some high school shit. I want to see alien dog. Surely that's just obvious for everyone. And last but certainly not least, another one that's a bit controversial because it's literally a romance book. But Eliza and the Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Right, hear me out. Imagine if this book was about friendship. Mind blown. Friendship exists. I know, we've already talked about it, but it does. In this book, Eliza, she's all like, anxiety, oh, doesn't have any friends, spends time alone. Why did we need to have this trope that get in a relationship and it fixes all that? We didn't. What we could have had is Eliza, oh, she's all anxious and that, she needs a friend. Guess what? She gets a friend. A male friend. What are the chances? A male friend for a girl that's straight. How does that happen? But imagine if it did and they were friends, because he's got all these sort of things and he's quite quiet and he's all, you know, to himself. Imagine if 2 people became friends and then it benefited them both. Why I would never. That is what I wanted this book to be. It felt like the relationship happened too quickly. It's like they didn't know each other, they talked one time, oh, let's be in a relationship. No, let's be friends. Let's just talk about each other and be friends. This whole book would still have worked if they were friends. It didn't need to be a romance. It didn't need to be a romance. Be friends. Friends exist. Friends can help you when you're feeling down. And I mean, in real life, friends can exist for a lot longer than a random boy that you liked at school. So what's more realistic? A friend helping you and being your friend forever, or the first boy you've ever talked to be in a relationship and then you stay together forever and then they're perfect? I feel like it's the first. Who knows? But yeah, I just wasn't about their life. I wanted it to be friendship, and it wasn't. And the relationship happened too quickly. I would have liked it to be friendship at least for the first half of it, and then maybe peter into a relationship. I would have accepted that. I would have liked it, but I would have accepted that. But it just felt like boom, straight away, and now let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. And as someone who was socially anxious and awkward, no, I would have been like, I wouldn't have been, oh yeah, yes. I would have been all up in my grill. And I know there's different sorts of anxiety, but I would have been all up in my grill like, he doesn't actually like me, no he doesn't, no, what is this, no, why, what's going on? But that didn't happen. But then again, this book I didn't really connect to because I felt like the social anxiety was different than mine, so I didn't really see myself in it. Not that I've ever seen myself in any books. Fact, people always say that, oh, what book do you see yourself in? None of them. I don't know why. It's because I'm so unique. It's because every fucking book is the same and I don't have a true love, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'm just bitter. Probably. Give me a friendship, please. YA authors out there. Men and women can talk to each other and be friends and not get together. I know. Who'd have thunk it? So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my rants. Tell me down below if you agree or disagree with any of these. Tell me down below if you think I'm a bastard because I said I don't like The Darkling, even though that's literally got nothing to do with this because I didn't even mention that book here. But let me know. Let me know. If this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of the others. And if you continue to enjoy, then please subscribe. That'd be awesome. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video.